Hi, Jeff Siegel here to take you through the week that was on HRTV. HRTV's Fanny Salmon once again gives us a behind-the-scenes look at Team Goldakova's travels.
Well, the Prix de Diane, the French Oaks, is over. A wonderful day for His Highness Prince Aga Khan, who won with Serafina and finished second with Rosanera. Now it's time to take off the hat and the dress and change into something a bit more practical, because we're about to board a horse box to go to Royal Ascot with Goldikova. It's 11 o'clock p.m. and the van is ready to take Goldikova to Ascot.
Ça par rapport à l'autre jour, elle est plus calme.
Ouais, ouais. Mais on prend vite, vous avez vu là, elle bouge plus du tout.
Coffee before we go.
For the driver. For the driver.
Meet the driver, Eddie.
Yes.
You ready?
Yes, it's me.
Je vous appelle quand je suis arrivé.
Ouais. Combien de temps va durer le voyage?
8 heures environ. On va être dans 3 heures, 3h30 là-bas à peu près, au train.
Après, t'as une demi-heure d'embarquement. Et après, c'est 40 minutes. Et qui roule, c'est 40 minutes.
This is the last checkpoint before we enter the tunnel.
Do not start your engine until unloading begins.
It's now visual, we're driving on the wrong side of the road.
Voilà Goldie, voilà, toute belle pour aller voir la reine. Le natage est fini.
La piste est comment alors?
Elle est bonne, elle est bonne. Pourquoi pas battre un record de vitesse comme elle l'a encore fait il y a 3 semaines.
Have you had a chance to see Goldikova since you've arrived today?
No, not yet, no. But I hear she's very well.
Are you ready to meet the Queen?
We'll see. Hope so.
Alors ça fait quoi de rencontrer la reine?
En espérant qu'elle nous réponde demain, parce que là, bon, bah, elle veut pas nous parler.
Il s'incline devant Goldikova.
Towards the stand side, 3 meter and Pipe Dreamer at the turn of the field.
Less than a furlong to go. Goldikova by 2 lengths. Paco Boy is charging at the French mare. Goldikova all out. Paco Boy is flying home. They're going to hit the line. Goldikova won the Queen Anne.
Elle a gagné!
Were you scared at any moment that somebody could come back and get you?
Maybe Paco Boy, maybe is coming, but my filly, she's very strong. And winning Ascot today, wonderful dream.
How strong is she?
She's very strong, 9 Group 1, what do you want? And like maybe a Breeders' Cup again?
Will you be there?
Of course.
Goldikova pulls off a thrilling victory in the opening of the Royal Ascot meet, Group 1 Queen Anne.
Boy and Pipe Dreamer at the tail of the field. They race towards the last 3 furlongs in the Queen Anne Stakes, the Royal Ascot opener. And calming influence now, Rip Van Winkle is looming up. Goldikova in behind, seemingly waiting to pounce. Then Cat Jr., followed by Zakinto, Dalgar, Ugbar, Paco Boy with still a lot of cover and no way through. Now he says go on Goldikova. Goldikova committed quite early by Pellier, kicks 2 lengths clear of Rip Van Winkle. Zakinto, Paco Boy is coming through from the back from Dalgar and Dream Eater. Less than a furlong to go. Goldikova by 2 lengths. Paco Boy is charging at the French mare. Goldikova all out. Paco Boy is flying home. They're going to hit the line. Goldikova won the Queen Anne from Paco Boy, but there wasn't very much in it. Dream Eater 3rd, Zakinto 4, and then Dalgar and Rip Van Winkle.
Well, Jeff, it was promised to be the race of the meet, and I think we just saw it.
Goldikova striking the front, having about 2 lengths, with maybe a furlong to go, a little farther out than that perhaps. But Paco Boy unwinding that tremendous late kick. He had won both of his starts this year. Of course, Goldikova had won her 5-year-old debut, and she was able to survive over Paco Boy, with Rip Van Winkle fading out of the picture in dire need of a race. But Goldikova, she is the champion.
Let's take a look how close that photo was. Goldakova wins it, but Paco Boy running the race of his life in defeat. Goldakova winning her 9th Group 1 victory and half a second off the track record.
Goldakova's trainer Freddie Head spoke to race day about his future plans for the defending Breeders' Cup Mile champ.
She's a winner. She wants to win all the time, and she's a fantastic horse, fantastic. And what's extraordinary, it's 5 minutes after when she got back to the stable, she wasn't even blowing. She was dry, and it was over for her. It was just a thing of the past.
Freddie, last year you ran in the Prix d'Isfahan, then you gave her some time off until July, and she came back at Newmarket, was sensational, and continued on from there and won 3 in a row, and then was 3rd before coming out here to America to run at Santa Anita in the Breeders' Cup Mile. Will you follow the same sort of pattern here from this race, maybe go to Newmarket and then back to Deauville?
No, we're not going to go to Newmarket this year. I did it last year because I couldn't run her in the Queen Anne. She wasn't well at that time. But the plan is to go to Deauville and try and win that mile race on the 15th of August. Maybe she'll have a run before that. And then afterwards, of course, the goal is to go back and try Churchill and try and win the 3rd time.
Freddie, will the approach be different given the different climate that you'll be dealing with the Breeders' Cup? Out here in Southern California, obviously it can get very hot during the time of the Breeders' Cup. Back at Churchill Downs, we know it can be very, very cold at that time of the year. Is there any concern in the difference of the climate given this year's Breeders' Cup?
No, not at all. Even it's better for us because in November it's very cold here. The climate is about the same, so it won't be such a change as going to California, really.
And thanks for joining us for this Royal Ascot update. Over the next 5 days, we'll be bringing you a condensed replay of world-class racing from Ascot.
It's Equiano, the winner a couple of years ago, who still leads the King's Stand from Markham. Then Bold Mover running a mighty race behind these borderless Scott. It's Equiano, ridden out. He's going to repeat the success of 2 years ago. Equiano beat Markham.
Just a brilliant turn of foot there towards the end by Strong Suit to overcome that early bit of trouble. But again, he might have gotten some help. I'm not so sure if Elzam didn't strike the front a little too soon and then maybe lost his focus a little bit.
Inside the final furlong, it's Rainfall over on the far side for Ryan Moore, who leads by half a length and driven out towards the line. Rainfall with Red Jazz trying hard to rally. Rainfall at the end is all out, but I think held on for the jersey.
Rory Daiquiri giving Stouty his 3rd win in this race and to beat last year's winner, Spacious.
I mean, Spacious gave it everything that she could. With Strawberry Daiquiri was relentless, and she has now won 6 out of 8. She was coming off a win in a Group 3 race at Newmarket. That was her first start of the year, so she built on that performance today. And these two battling bravely to the wire, but Strawberry Daiquiri getting there first under Ryan Moore.
Macassid, who got a toe in off Meow, begins to extend, and it's Macassid who moves to the front. Meow in second, Ladies Are Forever in third, and at the line it is Macassid who won the Queen Mary. In second, Meow, then Ladies Are Forever.
Timepiece gave Juddmonte their 2nd win today at Ascot, following Byword in the Prince of Wales.
Yeah, Timepiece very sharp here. This was her 3rd win from just 7 lifetime starts. Disappointing, well, maybe not disappointing, maybe overmatched is the right word in the Oaks at Epsom in her last start, but a little easier company today. She was a very good second in a listed stakes 2 races back, so easy to see Timepiece able to bounce back and get in the winner's circle in the Sandringham Handicap.
As they make their way up towards the line, and it's Approve in front. Approve from Reckless Reward. XL Bolt doing pretty well on the stand side.
Rite of Passage, who just shatters the course record by over a second.
Yeah, and a big price today, but ridden with a lot of confidence. We talked about confidence early. Pat Smolin for Dermot Weld, longtime partners here, and Pat just puts this horse in a perfect position early on. And no disappointment from Age of Aquarius. Struck the front early on in the stretch and actually looked like he was home. Might have got lost a little bit on the lead, and actually when Rite of Passage came up and joined him in the final 1/8 of a mile, he fought back, only won by a neck or a head if you want to put it, but Huge finish from both of those horses.
Towards the near side, it's Margot Did who's moved through the lead. Emma's Gift on the far side. Memory coming strongly near side. Near side have it. It's Memory and Margot Gift at the line. Memory, another winner for Richard Hughes, and Richard Hannon has won the Albany.
Inside the final furlong, Frankie Dettori leads the way on Monterosso, and this big striding colt is going to see them off in style. Monterosso wins the King Edward VII.
As we revisit the highlights of the 2010 Royal Ascot meet, kicking off, of course, with the performance from Europe's Queen, the equine queen, Goldikova, winning her 9th Group 1 in the Queen Anne to kick off Royal Ascot with a bang.
Goldikova by 2 lengths. Paco Boy is charging at the French mare. Goldikova all out. Paco Boy is flying home. They're going to hit the line. Goldikova won the Queen Anne. As they race well inside the last, and Camford Cliff, a beautiful turn of foot, takes him into the lead. Past Dick Turpin, Camford Cliff win.
Byword getting organised has moved through to head to Z's. Vina Volta then twice over. The Carlinat done a pair out in front. Byword twice over's got a length and a half to find, but it's Byword a length clear. Byword will win the Prince of Wales Stakes for France.
Rite of Passage gets to Age of Aquarius, an all-Irish finish, and it's Rite of Passage, Age of Aquarius on the far side, neck and neck as they race up towards the line. Rite of Passage and Pat Smullen lands the Gold Cup.
It's Lily Langtry who strikes the front in the Coronation from Gillen Grainer and ridden out towards the line. Coolmore off the mark at the win line in the Coronation. Lily Langtry won from Gillen Grainer.
Well inside the last, Star Spangled Banner on the stand side, Fleeting Spirit far side, Star Spangled Banner clear, stand side had it.
Out to Churchill for horse racing's version of Austin Powers and Agent Kensington. Guys.
Thanks so much, Lafitte. There was a lot of talk about me showing up without any shoes here at Churchill Downs, and not only do we have the shoes, but we have disco night. It's Downs After Dark, and we're getting ready for the opener.
And we hear in the background a fitting song, "You Are the Dancing Queen," Aaron.
Wow.
Churchill's Darren Rogers helps brainstorm some ideas for what to wear for Friday's Downs After Dark South Beach theme.
Quite the interesting theme tonight. South Beach, brought to Louisville, Kentucky. I don't know if Kentucky is ready for South Beach.
Is it?
Well, first of all, Scott, you know we're ready for South Beach because it is 93 degrees here today and humid. So that's step one. We've got that down. You know, you can wear just about anything. It's
just about nothing.
Purposely a little vague there, Carolyn. You could, wear something like you're going clubbing. I think some people might actually don some beach wear for all we know.
I'm thinking fishnet tank tops. That's just what keeps coming to mind right now, Darren, for some reason.
Well, definitely not for me though, Scott. That's your best bet of the night. No fishnet tank tops for yours truly.
All right.
Down towards the final furlong. Music City against the rail. Barge on the outside. Neither will give way. Music City goes the lead of a length and a half. Music City and Tommy Pompel in front. Music City, a huge win. Barge in second. Freebury was third, and in fourth, our Keno Cat.
Aaron and yours truly handicapped the Red Legend Stakes run on the Charlestown Bull Ring. Most recently, he went to Pimlico on Preakness Day, won a Group 3 race there very easily by 3. Now he's back to Charlestown. A gelding, just going for the money, no glory, just the money, $400,000 purse, and Commodero should just demolish this field. I think Son of a Bear may be able to pick up the pieces and run second, but it's all Commodero in the Red Legend.
These races can set up for horses from off the pace. Now watch out for Backtalk because he's proven at Delta Downs, and that may mean that he can be okay on the tight turns at Charlestown. He's got to beat Commodero, I get it, and maybe an Exacta Saver, but if Backtalk runs his A race, he can challenge
Well,
the
one
favorite.
thing I'll say about Backtalk, he did win on the bull ring at Delta.
Yeah.
This could be the best 3-year-old in the country. He leads by 9 in the $400,000 Red Legend Stakes. He will win the richest 3 3-year-old sprint in the country, handridden home. My Little Secret up for second with Back Talk finishing third.
Here's the start, and right to the front, and as soon as he cuts the corner.
Well, this is a true bull ringer.
Yeah.
How well does he take this first turn? I mean, he's scraping paint, never gets off the rail. It's tough sometimes for a horse to make that sharp left-hand turn, but he just cuts it, you know. Every time he made it run around a turn, he opened up 2 lengths.
Back Talk here makes a pretty good move around the far turn, and it looks like he may start to whittle into that lead. And I think that was more of a case of Miguel Mena thinking, you know what, I got to start moving now, sooner than I want to, or I have no chance. And that probably cost him second, as My Little Secret's going to wait and rally and pass.
No question about it.
Well, he's in a rare position as a 3-year-old, being one of the fastest ones in the country. I don't think we've got to the bottom of him yet, so it's hard to rate him on how good he is. Today was the first time I maybe hit him one time turning for home, and he responded well. I eased up late in the race to give him a breather, but he's a very fast horse. It's early in the year. We see how the next few months pans out.
What does it mean to you to have a horse like this?
Well, it's hard to say because I've never had one this fast before. I mean, I believe in the Ragozin numbers, and his Ragozin numbers are off the charts. So it's amazing. He's a really good horse, and Robbie's done a good job with him.
Trainer Mike Stidham had a busy weekend, winning at Charlestown just hours after taking second in the Colonial Turf Cup. Also at Colonial, you've got Working for Hops back in the Colonial Turf Cup. This is a $500,000 race. And Mike, I haven't got my MapQuest out here, so I don't know how far it is from Colonial to Charlestown. You going to be able to make both venues on Saturday?
We've got it plotted out. 5:19, we run at Colonial. We get in the car. It's a 3-hour drive, and it gives us an hour to have a bite to eat right before Commodoro runs.
Sounds great. I've done that. I know the feeling.
Yeah, I listen to the GPS lady as well, Mike.
Patio Prado working for hops in between horses. Doubles partners moved into fourth, a furlong left to go. Patio Prado a neck in front from Working for Hops and a battling 2-notch road. Fourth there's Doubles partner, but it's Patio Prado, powerful as can be under Kent DeSormo, coming home to win the Colonial Turf Cup. Patio Prado.
Todd Pletcher joined Race Day America to talk about his future plans for Super Saver and Quality Road.
Todd, you had a couple of really nice works this morning. Firstly, we'll start with Super Saver. Super Saver going in 50 and 3, is that correct?
That is correct. He went very well. He went off first quarter in 25 and change and finished up well. And it's the second breeze since the Preakness, so we're starting to round back into form and, most likely looking at the Haskell next. So we'll start to pick things up from here and see if we can have them ready for that day.
Todd, with your other horse, Quality Road, you've talked about running him twice before the Breeders' Cup Classic, and you have sort of a long-range plan. Do you have that sort of long-range plan for Super Saver, or are you just going to take every race as they come?
Well, obviously with the Breeders' Cup Classic being at Churchill and him being 2 for 2 at Churchill, that's where we want to end up. And then the next two most likely scenarios, if everything were to go right, would be in the Haskell and then to come back in the Travers. So I think the question would become, what you do after the Travers, whether he needs a race in between the Travers or if you take a shot at the Classic with kind of a fresh horse. And I think, a lot of that will depend on how his next couple races go and kind of how he's doing and, what he needs after the Travers, hopefully.
Are these two horses, Super Saver and Quality Road, Todd, are they horses that you're going to make sure you keep separated until you get maybe to the Breeders' Cup, or are they two horses that you think have fair chances in those same races, so you've got to go there?
I would not anticipate that they would have to run against each other before the Classic. Right now, the plan is to run Quality Road in the Whitney and the Woodward at Saratoga, and then the Woodward would probably be his last start before the Breeders' Cup Classic. So, you hate to make plans too far in advance in this business because we all know what how many variables go into play when you're planning out races all the way to November. But, if everything were to go right, that's what we're hoping with Quality Road and with Super Saver going a different route. There's a good chance they won't have to meet, and hopefully they would end up running together in the Classic in a best-case scenario.
There was great stakes racing Saturday at Arlington Park and the Prairie State Festival.
toward the final furlong. Mr. Mischief at the rail. On the outside, My Sunny Boy. Between horses, Princeville Condo with Unpaid Crusade. Final 16th, My Sunny Boy just in front. Princeville Condo battling every yard. A photo of the black tie affair. My Sunny Boy in a bobber with Princeville Condo, and it's close. They're deep in the final furlong and a half. Kip Berry's led. On the outside is Nick's Happy Henrietta in a bit tight. At the finish is at the rail. On the outside, Secret Kin is charging with Cruz. Ripe Tomato from out of last. In deep stretch, here comes Secret Kin for Jesus Castadon. Mike Stidham stakes claim Secret Kin has swept in front of Pretty Slick Chick, the longtime leader in the final furlong and a half. Peyote Patty switched out. Peyote Patty charging at Cumulo Nimble, final furlong. On the outside, Say Goodnight Gracie. America's Blossom trying to pick on Blue. Apple Martini on the far outside. It's Cumulo Nimble holding Peyote Patty. Cumulo Nimble has won it from Peyote Patty. Down toward the final furlong. Here comes That's What She Said. Charging at Sweet Limoncello on the outside. Heavenly Last, who is last on the backstretch. Final 16th. Sweet Limoncello clings on. That's What She Said. Heavenly Last closing for Brandon Meyer to score. Heavenly Last at 11-1. Shrewd Operator in front of Mighty Rule toward the inside. Battling on their final furlong is River Bear. Wild-Eyed Southern Boy closing on the far outside, but Shrewd Operator led past the 16th. Wild-Eyed Southern Boy is charging up toward the wire. Shrewd Operator for a team block win from Wild-Eyed Southern Boy after 3 quarters in 1:09.4. James Graham going to work on Royal Express. Chris Amy calling up Big Louie for this last furlong. Royal Express kept on. Length and a half. Big Louie shifting about. Lansing Blue continues on the outside. Roaring Missile far outside is Seguro coming up toward the wire. It's Big Louie. Big Louie for a Christine Jenks training triple on the Springfield 2. Big Louie prevailed at the end.
Yours truly went Shakespearean on Against the Odds and picked a winner in the New York Stakes. I ended up with Lady Shakespeare in this race because of the recent form. I know Gossip Girl is more than good enough to win, but she hasn't been out since last fall, and she certainly could win if ready, and she may very well be. But Lady Shakespeare, just 11 starts in her career, 6 out of 11, and most recently in the Bewitched. Now, this was a 1.5 miles, kind of a marathon type race, whereas the New York is 1.25 miles. But you can see her accelerate here in the final furlong under Johnny V, and she's going to go away and win, going away over Changing Skies, who is a very talented saddler as well as mare. Much the best here.
And Lady Shakespeare on the scene late. Anybody could win it from here. Deveron struggling now. Here's Ave, and here's Lady Shakespeare, who looked dead out of it at the top of the stretch. And they're coming down to the finish, and Lady Shakespeare turned it on in the stretch here at Belmont Park and wins the New York by 2.5 lengths.
3-year-olds were in action at Monmouth, the Grade 3 Pegasus Stakes.
Jackson Bend, off just a little bit of a freshening from running in the Preakness, was sent off as your 4-5 favorite. Lizcano riding him for the first time for trainer Nick Zita.
Jackson Bend is under a ride. Schoolyard Dreams 2. Soaring Empire circles up on the outside of a Fleet again. Nacho Friends in it too. As they come to the top of the stretch, it's a Fleet Express. Soaring Empire, a Fleet again between horses. Nacho Friend is in 4th, past the 8th pole. A Fleet Express with the rail in the lead. A Fleet again is coming. Soaring Empire 3rd, a Fleet Express, and a Fleet again 1-2. And a Fleet Express has won the Pegasus. A Fleet again was 2nd. Soaring Empire was 3rd. Then Nacho Friend.
This Fleet Express is a very interesting kind of 3-year-old to join the party for the second half of the year in there with the Looking at Luckies and the Super Savers and the Drosselmeyers, because he's coming off a big allowance win at Belmont, and Jimmy Jerkins, the trainer, is saying we're going to have to take a huge look at the Haskell, the $1 million race at Monmouth on August 1st, and the way this guy is improving, you think, well, maybe he's going to be a factor in a race like the Haskell.
Oh, most certainly, and I mean, he's got a trip over the track at Monmouth, and Monmouth can be a bit of a sticky track. Sometimes horses like it, sometimes they don't. We won't have Rachel Alexander in there this year, that's for sure.
That's all for this week on HRTV. Here's a look at what's coming up next week.
Like that?
I don't believe you just got caught doing that.
Like that?
Mouth freshener doesn't
How are
hurt
you?
anybody.
I went, don't feel it. Okay.
I certainly appreciate it.
Hi.